Hey everybody, welcome back to the Backstage at Open Highway podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm your host, John Henry. This is episode 5. And it is presented by our friends at the RAC. We're going to have some RAC information, a cool new project that I'm going to talk about here in a little bit. But I hope you all had a great Mother's Day. I know I got to spend some good quality time with my wife and kids and my mom later tonight too. So hope it was a good one for you as well. And I don't know if you noticed, but Open Highway 2023, when we moved to June, we landed on Father's Day weekend. So we're on the Friday and Saturday. Father's Day is on the Sunday. But, you should consider giving the gift of Open Highway to that special father or fathers or whatever sitch you got you're working with. It's 2023, man. Do your thing. Live and let live, brother. But yeah, consider getting Open Highway passes. Give the gift of music. Independent music festivals. I was thinking that one of my favorite, parts of this festival game, is getting to hang out and meet or get to interview, chat with people that I know already, but local artists, St. Louis bands, St. Louis business owners, things like that. I really enjoy that. And this week I had the opportunity to chat with two of my favorite. Matt F Basler is our guest today on episode 5. He just put out a killer new country project, released it this weekend. Great tracks. Countryside, you know him from Middle Class Fashion, so he's not playing the fest this year, but I really am a fan of his music and wanted to have him on this week, so it was like a special guest. So he's going to join us here in a bit. And I got to sit down and hang out with Emily Wallace, my old friend, my good friend of the Sleepy Rubies, playing this year at Open Highway. We're working on a cool project with Emily and the Regional Arts Commission. Emily designed a shirt. She's a visual artist, and in addition, to her incredible singing ability and songwriting, she designed this really great shirt that we're putting out in conjunction with the Regional Arts Commission. It's going to be for sale on our website, and the majority of the profits go to Emily herself, and the other portion go to support other St. Louis artists like Emily. So be on the lookout for that and the content that she and I met. Content. Content. I got some content. You guys want to see some cool content? But this was actually really good. Really enjoyed getting to hang out with her and her dog. It's miniature. You'll see in the video. And just her cool vibe. She's a good friend. I've known her since my wife and Emily went to high school together. So I've known her since like she was 18 or 19, 20, I'd say 19 or 20. And, she's like, the first time I meet her, if you know her, she's hilarious. And she brings it 100% right off the bat. And she could sing like she sings now at that age. And it was pretty intimidating actually. But she's a great person. We've, been good friends for years. So, always good to hang with her. That's going to be a really fun, partnership that we're working on. So check out the shirt and the video. You'll like it. I promise you that. The guest on this week, episode 5, is St. Louis artist Matt F Basler. And for some reason, I always want to say Matt K Basler. I don't know what that is. I did it when we were doing our interview, which you're going to see here in a sec. And I really don't know why, because I've known him for a long time. And I know his name. And I'm a huge fan. He just put out a country project. Really cool. The song Incomplete. Living in my head rent free. And you know him from Middle Class Fashion, if you're familiar with the St. Louis scene, which you probably are since you listen to the Backstage at Open Highway podcast. And I really enjoyed getting to talk to him in depth about, his feelings about art and love. Kind of got into some deep stuff. So I hope you enjoy listening to it as much as I enjoyed speaking with him. Check it out. We are joined by Matt F Basler on the
Hello,
podcast
hello.
today. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. I'm feeling great.
Well, it's good. You look like you're feeling great. You got a great setup there. Audio's
Thank you.
crisp, clear.
Thank you.
There's a pair of legs behind you.
I hope so. Oh yeah.
Freddie, I think I saw Freddie in the background a second
Freddie's back
ago.
there. Can I?
Yep,
Yeah, there
there
he
he is.
is. We're fans. We're
Yeah,
friends
yeah.
of fans of Frederick.
Cool setup, and I gotta say, I don't know why I gotta say, but incomplete.
Yeah.
Cool track.
Thanks, man.
I loved it. I loved how it went to the for the music nerds out there. I don't know if I was playing it capoed compared to you or not, but the you go to a minor, maybe like an F sharp minor, I think it is,
Hmm.
at some point. I thought that was a really cool change,
I
cool
think it
track.
should probably be capoed. I don't play it capoed, and I end up playing a lot of bar chords, which I feel is not maybe correct in country music. I should be trying to play as many big fat open chords as I can, but
Well, freedom isn't
it's
free.
it's new to me,
Yeah,
learning.
yeah. I think that yeah, listen to it a bunch. The artwork looks great, and we could just get to it. Tell the folks we're talking about your show on the 13th, which is Friday, or is it Saturday? I don't know my dates
Saturday,
compared. Saturday the
Saturday.
13th. I'll do that part again. Let's get to your show. Saturday, big show, release off Broadway.
Yeah, started as what I thought was going to be an EP release. Ended up, uh, it's I believe it's 7 songs are over 30 minutes. Is technically an album. So this is a full length. It turns out.
You got to pay a little bit extra on the streaming services now.
Yeah, and I don't care that
Yeah.
much. It doesn't matter really to me. I'm not more proud of it because it's an album or anything, but I think there are people that do look at those things as distinctions in importance, and if they want to look at it that way and think that now this is more important because it's an album, that's fine by me. They're allowed to do that.
Well, I think whatever you want to call it or whatever they're going to call it, it is the stuff that I've heard from it is really cool, and I'm really
Thank
happy
you.
to see people responding well to it.
Yeah, it's a big change musically for me. Um, I've been playing, I guess, you call it rock music, rock and roll since I was a kid, and I've been wanting to do uh, country music. I mean, essentially, basically the whole time that was um, more the genre I wanted to do. But you get playing with a certain group of guys, and then you meet a different guy from that, and you kind of do what you think you're supposed to do, and um, maybe path of least resistance even. Uh, if you're still playing with the
Sure.
drummer from the rock band you were in, you just keep playing rock music.
Yeah.
And then I had always done kind of I guess comedic things, videos and things like that, and that got incorporated into the music, and in a way, and that's not that I'm not proud of that stuff or anything like that, but in a sense feel like I got further and further away from um, maybe who I am as a musician, um, and kind of the art that I really truly want to put out. And yeah, there was talk about sort of gradually bringing it back to this with my band, who've been really supportive of this change. And I mean, yeah, we all kind of agreed, no, let's just, and instead of putting one track with a little bit of a country flavor on an album, and then sort of maybe a Taylor Swift from country to pop thing, slow transformation. Let's just flip the switch and just do it. Go for it.
Well, it's very cool, and it seems like an organic way to approach it. I was curious. I saw the video, but I wanted to see if you could um Tell us where you recorded it and who played on the record, and if it's the same as the live band or.
Um, so we the video, me and Courtney, my wife, we found my parents' VHS camera, cleaning stuff out or whatever. Don't actually know exactly how we came in. You know how that stuff goes. You just
Yeah,
end up with a thing, and
you find a VHS and it's still turned on.
it turns on, and you're trying it out. And we'd used it on videos in the past, and I guess there's something interesting to me that when you watch something filmed on an older technology, there's this almost nostalgic feeling, even though the footage is new. And I don't know, something about that kind of fit the vibe of the music to me, and maybe in a kind of feels like a cheat almost, but it's kind of easy to make really low quality things look cool, lo-fi things look cool.
Yeah.
And then there's a valley in the middle where you're using 4K digital stuff that's going to look cheesy in a bad way until you come out that other side and you're making professional stuff. And I guess in a sense I just wasn't confident enough that we could pull that off. So yeah, we film it on the VHS camera, and I think it worked out.
Yeah, you dove into the aesthetic. You made some choices and
Yeah.
you stuck with it, and it turned out great.
Thank you.
Very cool.
And
Yeah.
then, as far as who's playing on it, Dylan Clubb, best friend of mine, he's played on all of my stuff. He played, he did the drums and the lead guitar. Troy Brittingmeyer did the lap steel. And that's, I think it's a neat thing. Troy, I've never met Troy. We've talked a bunch on the internet now, but even when he I got in contact with him through a friend. I said, "Hey, do you know any lap steel players?" They said, "Yeah, this guy." I watched one of his videos, kind of went, "Yeah, sure, it seems cool to me." Sent him the track. He sent me back the his part, and it really and that's with musicians, who are playing on my stuff. I typically don't like to give too much direction.
Yeah.
If I've heard them play and I like what they do, I don't want to change that, I guess.
Right. 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 And yeah, that's why they're there in the first place, right? You want them to add what they can bring to the table.
And that's, as much as I've listened to country music, when you sit down to write it, you kind of realize, well, maybe I don't know the rules,
right,
like I thought I did. And rules is probably the wrong word, but Dylan, the play guitar and drums, he's been a real country picker for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of I brought the songs to him, and I'm like, I don't know, man, I just don't know if these are even country songs. These sound like pop songs, really. And then he would put the little licks in between the lines of the verse. You switch it to a shuffle, and you're like, oh, okay, oh yeah, no, this is
country music,
totally a country song.
Yeah.
So yeah, Sam Golden plays
he's great.
Violin and accordion on a song. Jim Malzone plays piano, and then I am trying to. It gets hard. I think that's it. I think that's all of us. Yeah. I'm doing acoustic guitar. I did all the bass, but then Lindsay's playing drums at the show. But that's and kind of like I was saying with the band that I'm playing with now, we play as middle class fashion. Also, it's the same group of people.
I see.
Just with Jen in front, I play drums in that. And I mean, yeah, we'll be getting ready to go to a show and have to go, well, what am I? Well, hold on, what
are we doing? Yeah,
what am I packing? What am I bringing?
Yeah.
So if I've said something wrong or left someone out, apologies. But I think Troy and Sam are the the new guys. But and honestly, I may have met Sam before out and about, but I mean, yeah, before this, I didn't really. I mean, it's same kind of thing. Just emailed him and
Yeah, he's great. I've worked with him in the studio before. He did a string section on a song that I did, and it was, I mean, yeah, he's incredible. He could play everything and sings and arranges. It's super talented guy.
that's a song. So a song on the record, "One Day Without You." It's not out yet, but uh, well, no, I'll tell. I was going, maybe I shouldn't say that, but I will. So I had a little melody line that I was whistling on the demo, and thought that would be on accordion or something. We'll figure that out down the road because these all got built pretty fast too. Like I was talking about with Troy and Dylan, they were doing lead guitar and lap steel on a song, and they didn't have each other's parts. And then we ended up, we thought we'd just kind of turn them off and on,
Right.
but they actually ended up, they're just both there through the whole thing. But so I had this melody line, and I was like, I'll give that to someone. They'll play that on something. And took it into the studio over at Suburban Pro Studios with Matt Sawicki. And he goes, "This is a song. This is a song." And I'm like, "Oh man, I don't know. I don't hear it." Well, and we figured it out. There's this very short. So it is the same chords as Amber by 311. And there's this very short guitar melody. They play it one time. It's not like a main thing, but man, it was exactly the same. And in this, and now I'm not going to say I'm not familiar with Amber. Of course I am, but I've never listened to it on purpose. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, right. You weren't like looking up the tabs.
no, and especially this part in the song.
Yeah, right.
And I don't think they really the songs sound similar at all. But then when you play this melody on it, then it sounds like you're trying to do like a little country version of Amber or whatever. So yeah, I took that off before I sent it to Sam and was like, you figure something out, man. You'll do something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he did, and thankfully when he's like, you'll have to show me what the original thing was after I do it. And he said he never would have suspected Amber. So
yeah, that's funny because
I think we're safe. And the precedent has been set, what's his name? Old redheaded character.
Yeah.
Ed, he saved the day. So
yeah, he just came through. Yeah, this week, big day for him.
And us when 311 comes after me for this song.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that might be a good problem if it's that big of a song and they're coming after you.
I used to help book the sessions at the studio that we recorded this at Suburban Pro. I'd answer the phones and book time, and I get guys being like, "Now, what do I need to do to make sure no one steals my song?" And I'm like, that would be the best thing that could happen to you.
Yeah. Like nobody's stealing your song, but
yeah. If you worry about that when you get there, man. Yeah, right.
Well, let's keep it light here. Let's get into sharing is caring.
All right.
Where is your favorite place? Or you could pick a couple. We've made exceptions.
Thank you. Okay.
To get lunch in St. Louis.
Okay. And we're talking lunch, right? Strictly lunch.
Yeah.
All right. Elaine's.
Okay.
On Cherokee.
Amazing.
Colby would be right there.
Okay.
But they moved to the Foundry, so I don't go nearly as much. I've become a real if it's further than 8 minutes guy.
Yeah.
I don't want anything to do with it.
City boy.
Yeah. I think Elaine's is pretty much my go-to lunch spot right now.
Yep. Do you have an instrument, a dream instrument that you wish you had?
No. I really don't think so. I think I have. I'm not a gear guy, really. I've never known. I grew up playing with my brother, music with him, and he was so knowledgeable. Excuse me, knowledgeable about all that stuff. You know how that can be. You just kind of don't take the
Yeah.
time to learn because you just go like, "Hey, man, what pedal should I get?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this one. So a lot of times, like when I went to buy my first electric guitar, I just looked at the bands I liked
Right.
and
Yeah. Yes, totally.
and
100%. Yeah.
and I hate to. I feel like I'm revealing too much. Uh, totally an aesthetics guy, right? I would never
Oh,
play a guitar, no matter
yeah.
how good it sounded, I didn't think looked cool. So I bought a Jazzmaster because that's what
Yeah.
the guys in Super Drag played.
Yeah.
Um, I Artie Artist bass because that's what Chris Novoselic played in Nirvana. Uh, so in a way, I mean, I feel like I have kind of
You have
all
what
my
you want.
dream
Yeah.
instruments. Those are the ones that I think look the coolest, and I've got them. I wouldn't. I mean, I guess I wouldn't mind. I don't have any real like. I'm a fan of synths and things like that, but I'm scared to go down, even peek
Yeah.
into that rabbit hole.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's, yeah. Yeah. It's like just cables everywhere. And you got
Yeah,
to find out what you're, yeah.
and right, it's also cool, and you'll see someone playing like some weird little, 16 key thing, and but I just can't even begin. It just seems like a bad idea for me to even. So yeah, I'm not trying to refuse to answer your question, and I'm sure I'll think of something later. But
Well,
yeah,
we'll add
I
it.
really.
We could add it in the comments, but I feel like you saying you have all the stuff that you want based from the bands that you love growing up. I think that's common because the aesthetic part of rock and roll is so
Yeah,
huge.
and that's not to say I wouldn't take more,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Yeah. Yeah. Where is a place that you go where you find happiness?
huh? Um, boy, that's what a place. Um, oh man, honestly, I'm gonna say it. It's because it's true. I'd be perfectly happy anywhere Courtney was. If I'm with Courtney, I'm feeling good. Uh, if I can hang with the band practice, that's not really a place, but
We're
I
gonna put
guess it
this.
is.
We're gonna put this in a clip, and I mean, she's just gonna love that you said that. We're gonna pump you up so much in that with that clip.
It's
It's gonna
true,
be
man.
so
I mean, we've
great.
talked about like where we would want to move and end up, and it truly is a vibe of just like what doesn't really. We're in the loft right now, and I run my t-shirts out of here, and we do band practice here, and we've talked about maybe just making this into just the shirts, and us getting a house, and you talk about what size house would we want, or what would, and it's hard to care in a
Right.
sense. It's just like, well, if we can find something that's comfortable and we can afford it, as long as it's us, that works for me.
Well, that's a great answer, man. And I feel the same about my wife, Claire. We're pumping up the spouses today, man. It's great.
It needs to happen.
Yeah.
If you don't feel like you can do that, you should figure it out. You should. Everybody should have that, I think, or in a good, not in a good way. You know what I mean? Like,
No, for sure.
I want that for everyone.
Yeah. What is a mundane part of being in a band or being a musician that you really love?
Um, I boy, I really there's not a lot about it that I dislike. I know, like, I see bands, people talking about disliking social media so much, but I think it's fun. I think it's like a
Yeah.
little game. I try to get better at it. I think anything that kind of funnels back to getting to do this, and I'm by no means is this a career at this point, but like I see movement, and I
Yeah.
see the things that push it along.
Yeah.
And when you learn a new thing that can help with that, I think it's great. I love so yeah, I mean even that like dealing with social media I think is fun. I like the drives,
Yeah.
playing out of town.
Yeah.
I the band, I mean we're someone asked me on a podcast if we have any crazy tour stories, and I tried real hard to
Yeah.
anything, and we just don't, because it's just we're kind of working, and we're cool people. We're not causing no trouble or anything.
You're not big pieces of shit like doing controversial stuff. Yeah.
And the show ends, we pack everything up, we go to the hotel. We've got a show to play tomorrow, and we want to be good.
Yeah.
So like, and I think, Drew, honestly, I mean, I think that does lead to like our out of town shows being really comfortable. We're never like super tired or anything, so we're all just kind of in a good mood, and
people get along great. And
I do love. I think a thing about touring that I guess would be a mundane thing I do really really enjoy is that it is one of the only times in my life, and I think this is probably true for a lot of people, that like if I'm home, I feel like there's something I can be working on, like and like I said, the screen printing is in my living space. So it's like I could clean that screen right now. I could do that. I should do that. I don't sit down and watch a video. And when you're on the road, right, when you're out of town, you can't. There's really kind of nothing you can do, and that's a good feeling that I don't get that often. And that's also not to say that I'm productive all the time. I just feel like I should be doing something else. And I don't like that.
It's not so much productive as I just feel guilty.
Yes, exactly. Totally.
Well, this is great. I really enjoyed talking to you kind of more in depth about stuff.
Same.
And can you just one more time just tell everybody the details for Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday, May 13th at Off Broadway. It's us, Matt F Basler, Blonde Guru, Yard Eagle, and it's my debut country album, and kind of the new direction from for the foreseeable future. So I'm super excited about it. It's kind of the first show I've been maybe ever nervous about. It feels like there's no shield. This is just me doing real sincere music. So I'm nervous in an exciting way, in a way that's kind of fun.
The healthy way, it seems.
Yeah.
And you have a good crew. You have a good crew behind you. You got,
for sure,
people are supportive of you, and we should mention that tickets are selling fast, so you should hop on and get your tickets sooner rather than later. I'm blown away. I'm happy about it. I love it. Yeah, but it looks like it's going to be a fun one. Well, great. Well, I'm thrilled personally just to see you things going well for you, and I hope that Saturday is a huge success for you. Thanks, man. And the record coming after. Yeah. Yep. All right. Good talking to you. Thanks. See you, bud. Hope you enjoyed that conversation. I really enjoyed getting to speak with him kind of more in depth about his process, and it's nice to have a cool conversation like that. But yeah, check out his stuff. I'm going to plug the song again. Incomplete. I love it. Legit streaming it. He's going to make like 3 cents off me. So what's up? And all that's going to be linked below. So give him some love. And thank you for listening. We'll be back later this week with some cool stuff. All right. Talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.